found a man vomiting in a toilet without flushing at a station near my home, and I used a bag to scoop up the vomit and take it away.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system.
Binky Binkles
Is not available.
Hello, this video is about throw up. I flew up. That type of throw up, yeah. You probably heard the word emetophobia before. You probably have it. Most people do, including myself. In mild cases, for the most part. But this video is not about that. So you can just completely forget about feeling any type of safety or comfort in this video. I will give a trigger warning if there's anything visual or audible related to throw up, but yeah, today we're gonna be talking about emetophilia. Why did you click on this video? I don't know. Same reason. So let's just look up the definition. Emetophilia is one of the rare deviants in which an individual experiences sexual pleasure by vomiting or observing others vomit. Some emetophiles are aroused by the act of vomiting, and some others are aroused by hearing or seeing others vomit, or even force their partner to vomit on them. First of all, that's a lot to unpack. Forcing your partner to throw up? How do you even go about that? But anyway, dear YouTube, this video is purely educational to inform people of one of the rare psychological interests that people can experience in life. So you may be wondering, Binky Binkles, what is this channel about? Like, you sure are uploading a lot of like weird stuff. It's a coincidence. I swear, I've had this video planned for years. I've always wanted to make a video on this topic. I don't know why. I don't know how to describe it, but maybe once we get through the video, you'll understand my interest a little bit more. But yeah, never punish a curious mind. So today we're gonna look into it, and we're gonna figure out exactly why, how, when, where this works. If you look up emetophilia, there is a Vice article. I always almost say forum. It's not a forum. There's someone texting back and forth. This reads, "We asked a vomit fetishist how the hell you get into that kind of thing." End quote. "I saw a man vomiting and then I used my hands to pick it all up." When I read this, I immediately said, no, BS. This is not true. There's no way. I'm not even gonna show the photo that they displayed kindly. Scouring the streets for vomit may seem like an odd hobby, but for some emetophiles, I don't know, vomit, it's as much a part of the repertoire as lube. Like any, it has varying degrees of extremities, with some people reporting getting turned on by just seeing videos of people vomiting, while others, on the more extreme end, might self-induce their sick or ask a partner to for them. There aren't any known stats on how many people share this. After all, it's not exactly something you come out with after a pint. And the only major study into it seems to be the one conducted by Professor Psychiatry Robert Stroller in 1982. So how do you navigate life when puke gets you off? I spoke to Ho, a 27-year-old from Hong Kong. I have something to say, but I don't know if I can say it. In the world of adult content, there's a lot of weird stuff in the Asian side of the world, so I'm not surprised. That's all I gotta say. To find out why he's more interested in your vomit than what's underneath your clothes. Question: when did you discover that vomit was appealing to you? He says, "When I was 11, I couldn't stop replaying all the times I vomited when I was a kid. It was like an addiction. The first time I realized I was aroused was when I watched the vomit scene in the documentary Super Size Me in 2005. Should I play it? No! I kind of want to watch it. Wait. Why did they have to show it? What the hell? Anyway, I don't know if that's the actual scene they're talking about. I've never seen that show. I don't know. But anyway, moving on. I genuinely don't understand how you can be attracted to that clip. That specific clip. But my emetophilia didn't intensify until I successfully caught a man's vomit in 2011. It's strange because I hated the disgusting smell and taste of vomit as a child. You caught what? You caught? What do you mean you caught? What is it about vomit that turns you on? The appearance. My favorite type is natural vomit caused by too much alcohol or illness. Vomit from food poisoning is great, but I won't beg for it. Oh my God. If it's forced or natural, I'd be interested in it, but I wouldn't be that into it. Why do I kind of understand? Can you get aroused by your own, or does it have to be someone else's? I can be turned on by my own, but I really hate the feeling of vomiting. I'm mainly turned on by men's vomit. I'm more into vomit from straight guys or men who are dads. But it's very hard to find a straight man or a father to vomit for me. Okay. It's much easier to find a gay guy that isn't a dad to vomit for me. Okay, sis, doing it for the coin. I see you out here getting your bag. If I see someone vomiting in public, it doesn't have to be someone I fancy. I would get turned on as long as the person vomiting is a guy. This is very interesting. Stay till the end because I have something to say. Do you worry about revealing your sexual kink to partners? Although my emetophilia does make me feel dirty and a creep, I don't worry about telling partners. Only if I think they're the right person would I choose to reveal it. I'm bisexual, and my boyfriend as well as my ex-girlfriend knew about my emetophilia. They accepted it, and luckily it had no significant impact on my relationships. Something I'm going to say later is going to directly contrast to that comment. It's not a deal breaker though. I've dated people who aren't into it, and some haven't even known about it. Vomit is the most effective catalyst to turn me on, but it's not everything. Vomit is the most effective catalyst to turn me on, but it's not everything. Interesting. I've already opened up to my close friends. All of them except my emetophilia. Some of them have even tried to provide me with their vomit. Now that's a real friendship right there. Is vomit an active part of your life or a fantasy? I haven't actually had full with my ex-girlfriend or my boyfriend. We just with each other. Interesting. I have asked my boyfriend to vomit, but it isn't something I force him to do. I'm not gonna lie, if I had a partner that was into that and they really wanted me to, I couldn't. I really hate that feeling. The feeling of throwing up. I fear it. It's so bad. He has done it sometimes, and then I with him. I've encouraged my boyfriend to drink some red wine, as he once threw up after drinking, but unfortunately I wasn't with him when it happened. Damn, bro. Imagine your nigga come home and you smell just a faint essence of vomit on their collar, and you're like, did you? And they're like, yeah, I couldn't hold it in, babe. I really tried to wait until I got home, but I couldn't. Did you at least catch anything in the baggie that I told you to bring around with you? No, babe, that's just, no, I'm not doing that. Okay, it's fine. Do it again for me. But I don't control or dominate partners into vomiting, as I prefer it when it just happens. Question: what's the most extreme thing you've done to find vomit? Oh no, this is so gross to read. I've licked the vomit of a handsome man from the edge of a loo. I don't believe you. I call bullshit. There's no way. No. There's just no. I've always gone to my town center at Christmas Eve to find any men's vomit. But I found it hard to identify if a batch of vomit in the street belonged to a man or a woman, so that ruined it a bit. You mean impossible? Like, what do you mean? You found it hard. You found it hard to identify if a pile of vomit came from a man or a woman. What are you on about? Another Christmas Eve, I intentionally caught a batch of vomit in the street. I saw a man vomiting, and then I used my hands to pick up all of his vomit. That gotta be the craziest thing I've ever read in my life. I can't believe that. Like, you're in the middle of the road, you wait for him to walk off. I hope to God you waited until he walked off, and you proceeded to get on your knees and scoop the liquid into your palms. I feel like this is a real person. I just don't know if I believe that. That's crazy. I've also brought takeaway vomit back home. I found a man vomiting in a toilet without flushing at a station near my home, and I used a bag to scoop up the vomit and take it away. From then on, I've tried to catch and take away more and more men's vomit. I have problems storing it properly as I mainly put it in a rubbish bin and under my bed. But it rotted very fast, especially during summer. Now I've got wiser. I've started to store takeaway vomit in a freezer so that it can be preserved for longer. This is wild! Like, I'm thinking like, oh, you know, when I'm on the subway and I hear someone gagging, it like turns me on or something. No, this is intense. If you can't find real life vomit, what do you substitute it with? I've tried to DIY vomit, but I'm not really satisfied with it. Well, like a fucking can of clam chowder? I still haven't found a suitable substitute. Have you found any like-minded people who share the same kink? Yes, but all of them are on the internet. I want to find someone in real life that shares the same obsession with me. Best of luck to you, Ho. Yo, Ho is a bad bitch. Ho, I like mentally can't even, I don't even know if there's a man or a woman. Maybe they said it, I don't even know, but Ho is that bitch. Okay, anyway, next. This is another emetophiliac, if you will, describing their experience with the kink. AMA if you want. If you don't know, it means ask me anything on Reddit. I guess I'm an emetophile. Emetophile. I'm gonna say feel because every time I say file, it just rhymes with something else. It's a kind of fetish, but not really. I'm not sure. But ever since I was little, I've been into puke. Like, I love puke scenes on TV, in movies, in books. I'll read them or watch them over and over again. That was the first thing I searched in YouTube when it first started. I think about all the times I've been lucky enough to witness someone puke in the flesh. I will just go back through that in my memory and try to remember everything. I love to hear people talk about when they puked and try to get details. I remember when I was younger, like 10, there was a puke scene in this Ramona movie. Not another movie, like why, well not a movie, but like not another like TV scene. It seems as kids, these things develop based off of these innocent things that we watch. I would rewind it over and over. My parents must have thought I was nuts, but they weren't in the room. I like a good on-screen vomit where you can see it and it looks realistic. That's why reality show pukes are probably the best. But I don't like watching someone gag themselves. It just seems painful. The other person said that too. They were like, oh, I don't like when it's forced. I get it though. When the puke is forced, it's no good. I like it naturally. The best is when it comes from being sick and not drunk. That's a rare find. Some kind of sickness that's not too serious, when you know puking will make them feel better. Aw, aren't you a saint? I like to watch the build up. Like, you know someone is gonna be sick and you can see the changes in their face and body. That's a rare video to find or something to witness. But scenes like that on TV or in books are the best. Sometimes I do find puke gross, which is weird. And I prefer women puking to men just because women are better to watch. Men are grosser and they puke like way too much, the volume. I can't say what I want to say until the end of this video, bro. But it's weird because, like, I personally think vomit is disgusting. Like, it's literally bile. But I can relate because I'd rather watch a woman throw up than a man throw up. Like, men are just, like, no offense, but, like, y'all kind of like, would you rather watch a little dainty girl, like, take a shit? Or would you rather see, like, a big burly man take a shit? Like, you know what I mean? My best real-life puke experience came in an airport. I saw this woman just look sick. Sometimes when I see that, I follow them into the bathroom if I can. I actually believe this one. I don't know, like, I don't know. It's giving believable. That's easy for me being a woman myself. Oh, okay, you have a sister. Okay, sis. Period. Queen. So I followed her in, and I took the stall next to her. She took her position. For some reason, there was a hole in the wall that separated our stalls. What the fuck? I could see her bare back through this hole. Her shirt must have risen up. She started to vomit. She made these soft sounds. I don't like it too loud anyway. This girl she got freak. She freaky as hell. And I could hear the vomit as it hit the water. Most deliciously. I could see her back muscles contracting with every heave. Oh my god, it was the best. And yes, I'm getting a bit turned on thinking about it. So I guess it is a Wow. Reddit is very interesting, I'll tell you that much. And she did it twice. After buying some Sprite and drinking it, she headed back to the bathroom and I went back for more. This bitch went back for seconds. She said, "Oh, encore." I almost missed my flight. That is so creepy, haha. That's her saying that, not me. Guess that's why they call it a confession. Wow, this was written 12 years ago. Why do I relate to this? Like, I don't know. Just thinking about this makes me grossed out. Hey, Emetophobe here. I don't even know why I'm commenting. To be fair, was just a bit intrigued by your story, I guess. I think emetophobia and emetophilia are pretty connected from what I've read. Two sides of the same coin. I like watching people I don't know puke, but it makes me nervous when people I know puke, especially family members, and it's not sexy at all. And I'm not a fan of throwing up myself. Sounds fine to me. You don't sound like you're one of those guys who purposely try to make everyone get disgusted by asking about details on their vomit. I'm actually kind of interested in this stuff. Not the emetophilia, but the reason why your brain tells you you like it. Heh. Yeah, you gotta be subtle about it. And I'm always very sympathetic about any puke that might have occurred. Like, imagine someone's bleeding out and you're getting hard off that shit. Like people who get a phobia about puke usually have a trigger incident where puking scared them. I think it's like that for some emetophiliacs too. I remember when I was little, I was freaked out by my sister puking on the lawn. But instead of being scared forever, I began to be kind of obsessed with vomit. But I don't know really. As long as I can remember, I've been kind of into it. I remember back in 5th grade, another girl was talking about how her teacher wrapped his arm around her stomach and held her from behind while she was puking, and I thought how I'd like to do that. Though in retrospect, seems a bit creepy for a teacher to do that. I'm just imagining that, and that's odd. But it's odd that you want to do that. You want to hold somebody from behind like this when they puking so you can like smell the puke air and I must ask, do you fap to it? No, not really. I just like to think about it or watch it, and feeling aroused is enough. I don't really if I did, I definitely would. I wonder if they do now. How old is this? Like, I really wonder how old these people are. Well, actually, the first person was 27. I don't know how old this person is. Someone said, that is a fantastic confession. Anyway, next. I found another Reddit post. It's called, I enjoy watching people vomit. Rather than having the common reaction of revulsion to vomiting, I actually enjoy watching it. It's like a morbid fascination. This is the next part, bro. I really love Filthy Frank's cake videos for this reason, and I don't mind being around sick/drunk people due to the possibility of them vomiting. I know, it's really weird. I've never told anybody this in real life, as I'm sure people would think I'm a freak because of it. Have y'all seen Filthy Frank's puke cake videos? Are they still up? This is the type of stuff that you just grow up on and you don't even think twice. You're just like, wow, that's crazy. But in retrospect, the fact that this existed is insane. There were like 3 videos. It was like human cake, vomit cake, and like hair cake. Oh my god, someone has it all together.
Hey, welcome to the...
These people are crazy. They're crazy. 2015.
What it do, bitch? It's Filthy Frank.
I used to think Max Mofo was cute.
I got my protege right here. I got my protege, Maxie boy here. Today we're gonna make some, This moment that shit hits my mouth, I'm gonna fucking vomit.
He could vomit, bro. Like, that man, I don't know how you can throw up and not piss yourself. Oh my god. I'm not about to watch this. What is happening? Oh my god. Oh my god. Bro, that's a whole nother thing I could react to, but let's not. I'm actually, never mind. Maybe on the Patreon. I don't know. Taylor would hate that. TLO from Crackhead Chronicles would hate that. I went through a month where it seemed like anywhere I went, I'd see vomit. Twice it was a car pulling over, the door opening, and someone leaning out to vomit. Then there was this college girl vomiting on the sidewalk. That month should have gone to you. And then OP said, damn, I'm jealous. OP as an original poster. I know the feeling. I enjoy it because I have some morbidly dark humor, but watching people throw up always gives me relief that whenever people that caused them such agony is now gone from their body. Again, what a saint. I have a vomit fetish if it's during sex. LOL, me too. I like it when a girl throws up on my... I'm the same way. My whole life, I've known this, spent watching. Oh my god, I can't fucking read. But this person can't fucking type. I'm the same way. My whole life, I've know this, spent time watching Milk Challenge YouTube videos for this reason. Glad to know I'm not the only one. I don't get sick or vomit if I see others throw up. I've never feared vomit or doing it. I wish I'd throw up more. It's been a year, only time is when I sick. On the rare occasions that I've thrown up, I always think, damn, why didn't I record myself to watch it, lol. I've just always really enjoyed seeing throw up. So the last comment said, all y'all niggas nasty as fuck. I'm so stuck on this last post. Like, I just relate to that last post, and I'll explain why later. But anyway, last one. I was married to a man who had a vomit fetish, AMA. We got together when I was 16, he was 26. Wow. Got married at 18 and promptly divorced at 20. Took you 2 years to realize you were getting groomed, huh? By a vomit fetishist. Someone said, oh man, he messed out on the best year.
21.
Alright, somebody asked a bunch of questions. How did he eventually tell you about the What were your initial thoughts when he did? Did you know about this before the marriage? Did he do anything with the vomit in particular, or did he just like watching it? How did he induce vomiting? Alcohol or more physical means? What was it about him that you were attracted to in the first place? Why did it take you a whole 2 years to back out of this thing? Did he think he was in any way normal, or did he accept that he was a freak? He's not a freak. He's not into bestiality. That's some freaky stuff. That's some, isn't that illegal? Like to act in it? Pretty sure, right? Because like animals can't consent. Is that why? That is so gross to even think about. Ugh, oh my god. I'm just gonna read her answers. I think it's a her. I actually found out from a friend who had sex with him once when they were trashed, and she told me he kept trying to get her to puke. I didn't believe her until I ended up asking him what his were, if he had any, and he finally told me that he had a thing for watching chicks puke. I was already madly in love with the dude, so I wasn't that freaked out. Madly in love. Interesting. 16. Madly in love with a 26-year-old. Interesting. Very, very low self-esteem and no friends back then, so I was happy with what I got. How did he induce the vomiting? He always wanted me to get drunk with him, but I was never old enough to go to the bars when we were together, and I wasn't much of a drinker back then either. Mostly it was just him shoving his fingers down my throat to make me gag. Actually fairly rare that I would actually puke for him, but goddamn did I have some hella heartburn from gagging though. That is horrible. Ugh. What was it about him that you were attracted to in the first place? He was tall, dark, and handsome. A tortured artist, if you will. He went to the Art Institute of Seattle and had an amazing portfolio of drawings and poetry. He was a friend of my older brother's who ended up hanging out with me more than my brother. I never got any male attention back then, so I was pretty stoked. Why did it take you a whole 2 years to back out of this thing? I should have mentioned in the original post, I got married a month before I turned 19, so technically it took me a year. He threatened to kill himself if I ever left him. That is not a good sign. When someone you're in love with tells you that, you tend to believe them. That is the most toxic shit that can come out of someone's mouth, other than, if you leave me, I'll kill you. Oh my. Either one. I hope I never hear those words come out of someone's mouth. Did he think he was in any way normal, or did he accept that he was a freak? He never told anyone his except me and a couple of very close friends. He knew it was a weird one. Somebody said, I think I'd be traumatized for life after going through that. How many times did you vomit for him? Actually would vomit maybe once every couple months. Let him do the other things that induced my gagging about every time we had sex. Not my best sexual partner in the world. Imagine every time you get in the sack with your dude, he puts his fingers on your throat trying to, How did the manifest? Did he want you to vomit, or him? Just vomit, or on each other? Or tried to figure out how he got such a but even he doesn't know. Yeah, it was me who had to do the vomiting. He was a big fan of me until I gagged, shoving his fingers down my throat, or jacking off in my face when I was sick with the stomach flu rather than holding my hair back. Oh my gosh. This was not a shared fetish by any means. I freaking hated doing this, and I was not happy when he refused to have sex with me without incorporating the fetish after we got married. Oh my god, that sucks. Needless to say, I went a good long while, like 6 months, being the longest stretch, without any sexual contact with him. That's all I have. So now I'm gonna give you my personal comments on everything. I'm gonna go back to my favorite here, this giant paragraph. So I think emetophilia is a quite interesting topic. I looked it up initially because I have it, but not to this extent. Not to this extent. Y'all gonna be like, oh, you have a piss fetish, you have a puke fetish. Listen, mind your business. I'm putting myself out there on the internet because it's fun. But I just want to say, I feel like I wrote this 12 years ago. I was 12. I didn't write it, but why do I feel like I did? One, I have never seen someone throw up in public and was like, ooh, yeah, like, no. But the Japanese side of adult content has a lot of weird stuff. And one of their niches is vomit. And it'll be these cute little petite kawaii girls. And you're like, how is so much of that, how is so much coming out of that little girl? And you know, that just, it does it for me. But if I see a big burly man throwing up, ew. If I see a man, a twink, be fully shaved, but if you have balls, I don't want to see that. I am emetophobic when it comes to men doing it, but as soon as it's a woman, I don't know. Like, I don't know how to describe, I don't know. And if it's like forced and they're like putting their fingers down their throat and they're like trying to induce it, no. But if it's like, if it's natural, I don't know if it's natural, you know, it does it for me. So if you got to the end of this video, there's my secret. There's my reveal. You could probably guess it if you've seen the other similar video on my channel. But yeah, the origin of this story is that one day I was like, I literally typed in, why am I attracted to puke? And then I found all of this and I was like, I have to make a whole video on this. And then at the end, I'm gonna be like, yeah, I'm one of those freaks. So will I ever scoop puke in public, lick a toilet, follow someone to the bathroom and listen? No. But will I watch natural flowing liquids flow out of someone's mouth, female, in the comfort of my own home? Yes. Goodbye.